Good morning, everybody. It's sunny today. Looks like that rain forecast is not in effect. I guess that's because, like I said yesterday, the wind the other day was actually really strong. So I guess it blew away all the clouds. So it's kind of a nice day to do some drone tests. I did do the 4K uploads and stuff like that, and I guess you guys can see it from yesterday. So give me your thoughts. Like, does it look better, for example? It's kind of an interesting comment. I know here, Gary, you say I have to look at it in 4K. I actually don't have like a 4K setup, ironically, even though I'm rendering in 4K. Because for myself anyways, my monitor is only a 1920 by 1080. I mostly just watch 1080p stuff. If you wonder why I do it in 4K, it's because even me making the vlogs with the Mavic and so forth, one of my goals was I assume there's a lot of other people there that wouldn't have the opportunity to maybe have the drone or try it out and so forth. So it's kind of a way for me to, I guess, show those people what it's like as well. So even though I can't see it like as well in that quality, hopefully it benefits you guys too. So I'll continue to upload 4K footages and stuff that will benefit you guys that actually have a 4K display. I probably won't be doing it like on the regular vlogs because at the moment I don't see a benefit to doing it on the regular vlogs anyways, because it's more about, in my opinion, it's more about the content or the story, if that makes sense, like for you that follow me like in my real life, just to see what's going on. And for those that are really into the 4K, I assume you're more like, say, a tech enthusiast, like you want to specifically analyze like the Mavics and so forth, and that's why I publish those separately at the moment. But if you're wondering about workflow for editing the 4K and stuff, because I already did all the editing and stuff during like my 1080p cut, it's really easy for me to convert it to the 4K. The rendering time actually wasn't too bad. Like the video yesterday took maybe like 10 minutes or so. It's not too bad. And the upload, about the same thing, because it wasn't too big. So that's just a note for everyone else that's like starting out. If your file is like way too huge, like I was talking to Gary here, like 10 gigabytes for that, 6-minute file, then you might be doing something wrong, because something to think about is for the bit rate, to my knowledge, this Mavic Pro, like when I shot it in the 4K, the bit rate's only about like the 60. So if you're like, rendering the video at 100, you're kind of wasting bit rate and memory there, so it's kind of pointless. So something to think about if you're publishing videos and stuff on the YouTube platform. Wow, and just like that, the sun's out in full force now. Holy smokes. I guess you guys can kind of see that. That might change the filming a bit of what I was planning. Actually, what I was thinking today, because the DJI Go app and stuff and the firmware actually all updated. So I was curious because if you guys remember last time what happened, the gimbal went nuts like in earthquake mode when I updated the firmware. So today I was gonna try it again, except since I'm shooting in the 4K now, and to see if it's gonna be like, a lot smoother and all that, I wanted to try flying the Mavic Pro in the sports mode for a bit, just to see how it holds up and to see if you guys can like tell a difference in the higher quality and all that. Actually, I didn't even upload that earthquake clip as a separate clip yet. I'll do that tonight. It's kind of funny actually, like I even said in the video, if I didn't tell you, you'd probably think it was an actual earthquake, like I was filming in the video. Let's see, some wacky and fun news I read today. I read in Montreal, since they get a lot of snow in the east, they had like these huge snowbanks that pile up from people, like I guess clearing the roads and all that. And apparently there was a skier that actually skied down it. You can see from the photo here. So I think that's kind of cool. Everyone was basically saying like, hey, that's not real, that's photoshopped and stuff. But nope, it's apparently legit. I'd like to see something like that here. Too bad there was no one with a drone covering like the top-down views, because that way you can get a true perspective of how tall that snowbank was. And another topic which wasn't so fun, well, it was funny, but in a really sad way. Apparently, like in a parliament or whatever you want to call it, where all the political guys talk and so forth, there was a person that made a comment where his old job was a bus driver, and I guess that gives you like, credibility of what it's like to be, I guess a regular person, or how it's like to work at the job. And when he made that comment, I guess you guys can hear here, I'll let you guys hear it for a sec. Basically, people started laughing about it in the background. Yeah, listen to it here.
Honorable Minister of Infrastructure and Communities.
Mr. Speaker, as a former bus driver, I want to convey our thoughts and prayers for...
Man, what can I say? I mean, that kind of made me kind of mad in some ways. I mean, that kind of makes you think how people like up there, if that's what you want to say, are so out of touch with the regular person. It actually reminds me of a funny segment I saw, it was a while back, It was basically political people arguing with each other, like, how are you going to help this community and that community? And one of them was, how are you going to help artists? And then one guy came out and he's like, we're going to help the artists by reducing their tax cuts, this and this and this and this, blah, 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 blah. And then some other guy came out and he started laughing at him and was like, help an artist with a tax cut? Do you know that the average artist is under, like, you know, this amount of income where you're already tax exempt? Like, you're so out of touch. I mean, that's what it reminds me of, like that comment about the bus driver. Like, those guys are just completely out of touch, like, with what it is to be like a regular person. And I hope, for example, like they're gonna change their minds, because it's kind of disappointing if those are the people that are representing you and running the country and so forth. All right, we're almost at our location here, and the lighting is changing over and over again, so it's gonna be kind of tricky deciding, I guess, what filter to use. I'm assuming usually you should go for the darkest, because you can always like brighten it up. All right, let's see how this goes. That was very fun, but scary in the beginning. Basically, when I loaded it up, it said firmware error and so forth. I was like, oh, what happened? Because as you know, I just updated it. Afterwards, it cleared itself. But while I was flying, midway, it said battery error. I'm like, battery error? Oh no, is it gonna fall from the sky? But I don't know, the message showed up, but nothing went wrong. I basically lost control of the craft for like maybe 1 to 2 seconds, but yeah, everything else was okay. I think I got the shots that I needed. I haven't flown it in sports mode since a while back. So this will be a good test, because again, I shot it in the 4K too. So it'll be interesting to edit. All right, see you guys later.